Alright, we are back. We are level 58 Red Mage. And speaking with X'ruhn and Arya, who has Arya at his side. We are at Aleport, and we are doing on Lambard's Trail, which is level 58 Red Mage quest, apparently. Lambard and his puppets are acting under Imperial orders, that much is certain. Ever since we thwarted the attempt on Master Wilkin, however, it would seem they have abandoned him as a target. The merchant's life is not worth all the assassins we cost them, I'd wager. But it will only be a matter of time before the Cabal is given new prey to hunt. I've called in a favor with a friend to investigate possible targets, and he's agreed to meet us at Hawker's Round in Limsa Lominsa. He walks off. Arya follows him. Arya. A-R-Y-A. Pronounce it however you wish. And we are to go back to Limsa Lominsa. So I'll just fly back over to the ferry skipper and pay the 40, I think? Yep, 40 gil. And I will go to the Hawker's Alley Aethernet Shard, because that is near where the next quest thing is. Speak with X'ruhn here with Riol. Hey Riol, what's up, bud? And Arya. This fine gentleman here is Riol, a former member of the Company of Heroes. He's been helping us with our investigations since before we left for Aleport. Ah, the two of you have met. The two of you have met, I take it. It's good to see you, Riol. Yeah. Good to see you too, lass. Good to see ye too, lass. Matt and Mr. Redbritches here didn't mention you was on the road together. Anywho, let's get straight to business. I did some digging into that floating fortress of your Cabal. The merchantman dabbles in a bit of trading to keep up the charade, so I started paying attention to where the goods ended up. And I think you'll find that Lambard gets his orders from the Imperial base in northern Thanalin, Castrum Meridianum. That's your best bet, I reckon. You are a treasure, Riol. I'll pass on any new information we manage to uncover. For the now, though, consider that favor repaid in full. Riol salutes. Mercy, Arya, to the drowning wench. The aft castle, I guess, is probably the closest Aethernet shard, so we'll do that. And then we run north. Okay. X'ruhn Tia is here with Arya inside the drowning wench. Kind of like a bar, a big old round bar. Right, we have our destination, so let's discuss the objective. We need to storm Castrum Meridianum and locate documentation on Lambard's next target. Ha! A poor choice of words, perhaps. To clarify, one of us will provide a diversion, while the other two slip inside and rifle through desks until we find what we're looking for. Better? Arya had taken a step back. She seemed nervous or scared. Mercy, you will be our decoy. Draw away as many of their sentries as you can, and buy us the time we need. Will do, bud. Let's do it. Arya, we will run you through some practice exercises. I see you have been honing your skills on various beasts, but this will be your first battle against thinking opponents, yes? She nods. Very well. Make your preparations, my friends. We meet at Rabon's Push. I have no idea what that is. You and Arya nod together to each other. Rabon's Push is in Thanalin. Cerulean processing plant. I don't know if it'll cost... So it costs 120 to get to Ul'dah. Probably plus another See, that's one. So 413 minus 120 is 297 ish, whatever, something like that. 293 maybe. I don't fucking know. Yeah, 293 I think. Would it be? I'm just gonna fucking use it. Saves time. So I'm just gonna direct teleport to Cerulean Processing Plant in Northern Dowland. I don't think it would have saved me more than like 40 gil tops to go to Thanolin first via airship and then teleport from there to here. I'm pretty confident in that. Cannot fly above the level of the base here, so I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's south of me. What the fuck? How did I fly past it? Weird. Okay. Here's X'ruhn. He is just to the southwest of Castrum Meridianum and the gates there. A cutscene talking to him. Arya's here. She looks nervous. Unsure of herself. Right, just as we planned. Mercy, do your best to become the center of Imperial attention. He turns to Arya. Arya, you're with me. Once inside, we'll split up to hasten our search. So steel yourself for run-ins with patrols. I hope I'm ready for this. Just keep your head, and you'll be fine. You've not quite reached Mercy's level of skill, but your offensive magics are, to be quite honest, terrifyingly powerful. She does this, like, cheer pump-up motion. Yeah. Your restorative arts, on the other hand, well, let me just say that the scales swing both ways. And she is nervous once again. I've known others who tend to favor one area over another, but rarely have I met such an extreme case as you. Interestingly enough, when I was doing the conjurer quest, that young girl was extremely powerful in healing, but did not at all in the beginning want to do anything related to offensive elemental magic, stones and arrows. Not to worry, we will work on your weaker aspects until you find an equilibrium. Such is the key to excelling in red magic. Now, let us set to work. Head around to the front of the base and make a nuisance of yourself, Mercy. With the growth you've shown, I'm certain you can handle whatever those Imperials throw at you. We'll be sneaking in from the backside while you hold their attention. Please try not to fight all of them at once. I make no promises. Promise me no promises. Yeah, I still can't fly above the wall level, and I still also can't get in the main door, or that, I guess that door is Castrum Meridianum, and this is hopefully openable? Nope. Okay, so I guess I gotta kill things outside. Survey the area and engage any foes that appear. Okay. Where is the area that you speak of? Oh, wait. No, that's the entrance to the... For fuck's sake, seriously? Oh, yeah, destination. Okay, right in front of the door, there's a black and purple little spot to click. Hey guys, I'm gonna group you up. To get my AoE on, to get my AoE on. And all three are dead. Hello, can you guys group up please? Really? Ugh. My AoE didn't hit one of them because corners apparently exist. Ayo, what's up, boys? We got a Reaper with a couple just sword and board dudes. Reaper is the only one standing. Sword and boards are down. Did that wrong. Hey, he's down. Cool. Alright, we're done. Reaper's dead. All of the Imperial forces fell quite quickly. Back to X'ruhn and Arya, outside the base. You don't do things by halves, do you, my friend? I could hear the commotion from the other side of the wall. Our foe was so focused on your battle, I dare say we could have walked out with an entire shelf of records. As things stand, however, we contented ourselves with the knowledge of Lambard's forthcoming operations. There is much to discuss. I suggest we withdraw to the cerulean plant that we might converse in relative safety. Ah, but it would seem the experience has taken its toll on poor Arya. Are you able to walk, my dear? She was like doubled over a little bit. She rights herself and nods. I do not recall precisely who Lambard is. I believe he might have been the one responsible for like shutting Arya into a crate. But he's also, I believe, an enemy of X'ruhn and Arya that. But I don't remember exactly who he is. Anywho, speak to X'ruhn and prompt a cutscene. I see the color has returned to your cheeks, Arya. Do you feel any better? Much better, thank you. I may have been pushing myself too hard to perfect my white magics. From what I witnessed, I'd say you have much work ahead of you. What will you say to Arya? Keep at it, or still struggling, eh? I'm going to go with keep at it. I will. She looks jazzed by your cheer, I suppose. Let us return to the subject at hand, shall we? We uncovered documents detailing the Empire's deployment of the Cabal, and it is much as we surmised. The Cabal's assassins spirit away youths with arcane aptitude, much like our Arya here, and deliver them to Lambard for branding. Once the cursed sigil has destroyed their wills, he fills their empty minds with lethal thaumaturgy, and conditions them to follow his every command. It seems, however, that the formation of the Cabal itself was a relatively recent development. Lambard received imperial orders to organize his puppets into an expendable force, a fearless, unswervingly loyal cult of assassins that could strike against the resistance supporters in lands beyond the Empire's reach. This plan, as well as Lambard's involvement, was proposed by the Crown Prince Xenos, heir apparent to the Emperor. Even within the Imperial legions, this man has a reputation for cold brutality. Aside from his mastery of red magic, Lambard is well versed in ancient spells and rituals. Doubtless this knowledge, coupled with his singular lack of moral character, did much to curry the favor of a monster such as Xenos. And now we come to the Cabal's next assignment. I could scarce believe my own eyes even as I read the details of the operation. Lambard's next target is the Garland Ironworks. Aye, the company of engineers founded by the great Cid Garland. You look shocked. As a sanctuary for Imperial defectors, the Ironworks has long drawn the ire of the Empire, and if that wasn't reason enough, the company has also begun sharing engineering secrets with the Ala Mhigan resistance. To my knowledge, this will be the highest profile enemy the Cabal has ever been deployed against. But the operation will not target Cid himself. They have a far more effective method in mind. The plan is to assassinate Garland's senior staff, and the name at the top of their list was Jesse, his deputy president. I have no idea who Jesse is. Cid's ideas cannot be brought to fruition without a talented team of engineers, and the organization itself will grind to a halt without Jesse's expertise. Her loss would be a dark day for Eorzea indeed. I have communicated the details of the planned assassination to the Ironworks. Unlike Master Wilkins' case, however, Lambard has been ordered to succeed at any cost. He will keep sending his killers until the deed is done, or we put a stop to this Cabal for good. And that means bringing down Lambard himself. Mercy, Arya, I will need your aid. Sharpen your swords and ready your spells, for we are going to war. He does the fist into open palm thing. She does this little pump up cheer thing. On Lambard's trail is complete. Yeah. This video is about 15 minutes long. I'm not high enough level to do the next thing, so we will... Yep, we will use our return to go back to Foundation and continue with the story. Sorry. I'm almost done. When you gotta send a text, you gotta send a text. Okay. Alright, Aetherial. Let's go to the Astrologium. Ethernet. And then south to the airship area. Airship area. Alphino, Sid, Lucia, Biggs, Wedge, all here, and the white magitic armor. An engineering enterprise. Where's my cursor? An engineering enterprise. Level 58, I think? I didn't see. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think that he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azys Lla. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in. Yeah. House Fort Tom, I believe. Some of them pronounce... No, actually, no, it's not. Forgotten Night, okay. Things I have not done. I have not really played Machinist a whole lot. I think the character that I have Machinist on, I do more Warrior, and I guess Machinist is my main damage dealing class on that character, and then I have Astrologium also on that character. I don't have any character that I really do Dark Knight, like the tank, at all really with. So that's a class that I haven't played much, and could play more for sure. It's just a different variation on tanking, really. Oh yeah, we'll talk to the knight outside and go inside. Ba ba ba. Emmerich, the Count of Forton Manor, Alphino, Sid, Lucia. Emmerich behind a desk. Cutscene. Sid is explaining something.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allagans, and we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Well, In the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
But
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing 2 galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
the island we were towing could, in theory, hold enough crystals.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
I bought a new headset from Amazon. It was not expensive. I can't remember actually. I don't remember how much I spent on it. I was intoxicated last night and made several decisions, a couple of which I wish I could take back, but the shipping process had already commenced and I could not. So yeah. Anyway, we are in the bar, the Forgotten Night bar, or Cloud 9, maybe. I never actually noticed it was called Cloud 9, at least part of this area. Because that is the team that I started cheering for when I originally started watching League of Legends. Which reminds me, I should probably check out if there's an ongoing tournament, because I think it's about time for that. Worlds, maybe. Anyway, Tataru's here with Alphino. Welcome back, Mercy. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? You explain what happened? She cheers. So, you finally arrived at Azys Lla, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. But it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Mercy. We'll get to Azys Lla yet. An engineering enterprise is complete. And, yeah, I got time. Let's do the next one. Aetherial Trial. So, Aetherial Trail. Aetherial Trail. When you fled the Victory Feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal at Nilda, I asked Marshal Taropin to have the tunnel searched. A logical place to look. It was there that you lost contact with Menphilia, Thancred, and Ishtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Pippin's message just said that there had been a discovery, and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once. Tataru, let Urianger know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir. And they both walk off, and I will use my free teleport to go to the Black Shroud, with the Gridania, and then 120 gil to fly to Ul'dah. Yeah, I don't remember how much it cost. I will be trying it out. Amazon has a pretty good return policy, especially if they are Prime things, which it is. But it comes on Wednesday. It's like, one of those kind of earmuff kind of headsets, big, cover your ear kind of thing. I'm hoping that it gives me kind of a surround sound So I can hear zombies coming up behind me in Dying Light. Also hoping it's comfortable, and also hoping the microphone attachment is good. More than just adequate. But we want to go to the main. I guess we're going a little bit off we're going to teleport to the main Aethernet, or Aetherite, whatever you call it. And then who we are trying to speak to is in the Hall of Flames, kind of the area you go to if you choose Ul'dah and the Flames as your Grand Company. We've been here several times for other quests in the past. And here's Pippin with Urianger. Cutscene talking to Pippin. Voice acted? Nope. We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Tarupin. You saved a Grace and Father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned a discovery? Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the mineral concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen crystal braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. He hands over the kind of wand, has some leaves and branches growing from it, but it is Y'shtola's wand, and Tataru, Y'shtola's wand? I had assumed as much. If I may, sorry, I'm losing my voice. If I may, Marshal, says Urianger. I don't know what he's doing. He's taking off his goggles? he's using his goggles to look at the branch that was Y'shtola's quote-unquote weapon. 'Tis as I did surmise, judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the Lifestream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent aether, that the caster might enter the Lifestream, and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Sharlayan forbade the use of this spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift into the Lifestream, never to emerge. Tataru drops to her knees. What? No, you can't mean. Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage hath left traces in the Lifestream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. To the Sildith excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. And Pippin gives a salute, and everyone walks off, save yourself and Pippin. But that is the end of this conversation, and we will go to the excavation site, which is not far. No, don't do that. Let's see. I suppose I want to go to the Adventurers Guild, and this would be the fastest way. Too many men, too many people, making too many problems, but not much love to go around. Land of confusion. two things. One, I kind of have to pee. But two, this video is 30 minutes and some seconds long, so both things will lead to me probably ending it after the end of this quest. But we shall see what happens. Urianger is here, Alphino, Tataru. We've been here before, way back when we were younger. Evidence of Y'shtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhaps some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. Cutscene. Urianger puts his goggles on again, I guess. Looks at Y'shtola's wand. Looks for any similar traces of energy, I suppose. And then looks up. I think he has found something. We all look in the direction he was looking, and it's just the top of a plateau. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Twelveswood. Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither hath Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the Lifestream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger overlong in the midst of this maelstrom, and the aether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed. Y'all look at each other. We have no time to waste. Urianger, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. Mercy, Tataru, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seatseer's aid. Everyone nods, and we are off. And let's just use our free teleport to go to Gridania. There's a Gunbreaker quest here to become a Gunbreaker. Judgment, Bolts, and Lightning, I assume would be... It's level 50. I think that's the Ramuh Extreme quest. Judgment, Bolts, and Lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo. And we are going to Conjurer's Guild. Okay, let's go over to there then. Boop, boop. And then speak with Alphino and Tataru here. It is said that the elementals perceive the Lifestream. If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Baja. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Kane Senna without delay. Ethereal trial is done. This video is done because I gotta use the restroom. I will probably do at least one more. I'll see you soon.